I don't really know if I'm pointing this correctly or if you can hear me, but we're going to do a tour of the house. So this is a video obviously I'm making for family. The slideshow that I should probably also combine with this will help some. I don't really know how close my face looks right now if you're zooming up my nose. Sorry about that. But I'd say the house is about, I don't know, 70%, 75% done. There's obviously still a lot of work to do, as you'll see, but it's changed a lot, and I thought it might be fun to do a walkthrough. So, again, here we go, 117 Cole Street. I'm gonna put a little commentary track as we walk around. Hopefully it won't be too bouncy. Where my car is right now, there used to be a giant dump truck of garbage, which you'll probably see pictures of. But let's take a walk around. Walk into the house. I've been planting things. We'll actually go around the back first. This here is a little fig tree, which has since lost all of its leaves, but it'll get pretty big. Actually, I should probably move it out to another foot or two away from the house because they get really large. Looking forward to having figs though. Got the cable installed for internet. I don't watch TV obviously, but you need the cable system for that. There are a lot of things wrong on the outside of the house, many of which two guys from Jersey, Joe and Woody, fixed, but one of the remaining ones is that old telephone line ripped out, which needs to get fixed. And there's no cover on part of the electrical. I'll show you in a bit. Looks like the town is probably going to make me dig under the street with this electrical line. I upgraded from that pole. I upgraded my my box, not my meter box, but I upgraded this right here. This you can see my finger. This circuit breaker used to be on the inside above the sink, which is obviously illegal. You can't do that anymore. You can't put electricity right above your sink, even an outlet. So I moved it out here, and since then the HVAC guys, which has been a total hassle at dealing with the contractors, they've fired the first crew that came out, and in general have made a bit of a mess, but the electrical was fun. This is a bike shed Tom and I built on his trip down. I do a lot of biking. I almost never ride my car anymore. I just live so convenient. But I'll show you how this works. You get to see my password. TRA for travel. I have a lot of combo locks all over the house. Anyway, get the idea. Got a little bike pump there. We seeded a concrete bar in the ground. Kind of see I got a friend's bike in there too. There's a little LED solar light that turns on at night over the combo lock. Anyway, so here we are. It's hard to see the backyard exactly, but just tripped over a block there. Installed a couple of rain barrels. You can see the greenhouse that I've been building, which is just about done, and the chicken area, which we'll go see in a sec. There's a lot of, it's not garbage, it's building materials that I dragged over from my old house that I wanted to still use. Right here we have two pear trees. This is a pear tree, and that's a pear tree right there. Blueberries along the bottom, different kinds of blueberries. I found this cute bench at a thrift shop for 20 bucks. It needs to get repaired in some ways. There's a missing pleat. I don't know if you can see that, but missing, or not pleat, plat, I don't know what that is. Missing a little piece of wood. I got approved to build this workshop out of cob. I wanted to build it this big, so that's why I've already started to dig the foundation there, but it has to be 12 by 12, so I've marked off the new sort of 12 by 12, and I'll start digging. We'll do a sewer line going back this way to the, actually I already dug out the sewer connection sort of right over there, past it. Well, this is a peach tree, a little dwarf peach, and couple other peaches. Actually, the first one is a peach, actually. That's a peach, and these are 2 pears around the bench here. So, what else we got? So yeah, the greenhouse. Greenhouse is kind of cool, has some neat things. So I wired it, ran electrical to it under the ground here, going back that way to the crawl space, and then did another line to the shed, which I moved. The shed used to be where that platform was, or where the platform is now for the cob thing. But this is kind of cool. So this water here off the roof drains along a PVC line. You can see that, and then drains into. There's no face to this right now. Ooh, there's a chicken. You see that chicken head? What the hell's he doing up there? She doing? Anyway, it drains into the chicken water. They're on an automatic water system. You can kind of see I've insulated the hose, which is you're not really supposed to. I used a pipe warmer line on it, electrical pipe warmer line, which you're not really supposed to use on hoses, but it's a heavier grade hose, so I think it's probably fine. But it's not really working that well. But these didn't really pop up as much as I hoped they would. Actually, all these greens you're seeing here and here are all edible greens. They're just babies. So it's spinach, a lot of spinach and chard and things, and they'll grow a little bit over the winter, especially when I get the face on this thing, because you can see there's no face now. The chickens are being antsy. They're cute. So this is the makeshift hen house. This is made, except for these 2 plywood faces, this is made from 2 wooden pallets I disassembled and then put back together. But you get the idea here. The idea is that this little thing spins open, and you can peek in to grab eggs. It's a golf ball. Helps the chickens know where to lay, but they don't lay much in the cold. This little heat lamp here is what they've been using to keep warm. Needs to get cleaned though. And it's on a timer actually. So right now it's not on timer. Right now it's just on like go. Let me plug that in. Sorry about that. It's just on all the time because it's been cold during the day. The water is neat. If it overflows, if too much water comes in for the chickens, then it comes down and feeds the greenhouse beds. They need to get a little bigger, but these will do really well in the late winter, early spring and late fall. I just planted them really late this time. So I got a couple of beds out here. It's just snowed, so these beds look ridiculous. They look really floppy. But you get the idea. The collards love it down here, so even though they just got snowed on and crushed, they're starting to pop back up. Bok choy hates the cold, it seems. They look totally floppy, so I feed them to the chickens. In fact, I'll do that now while we're talking. I don't really even like bok choy, but I planted it because I had it. They're gorgeous when they're not floppy and ridiculous looking. This is a bed. It looks so ridiculous now. It looks so bad, but it's a bed of turnip greens and spinach, and a lot of that stuff will actually, like the spinach, and these are 2 lines of carrots right here. They will pop back in the ooh, the chickens know I'm holding something green. Yeah, chickens. They will pop back in the fall. I got another combo lock here. This one is 3HI or 3H1, which is the closest thing you can get to CHI for chickens. This one chicken is really bold right here. She's gonna eat right from my hand almost. These have been fun to deal with, these chickens here. Hello. Hello, ladies. Coming in. Okay. Yep, see? That one chicken's just going right for it. She'll eat it like literally right out of my hand. The other chickens are still spooked because one of their flock went down to a cat. Anyways, this is the other end of the watering system. I don't think it's freezing right now, so we'll see. Yeah, it's not freezing cold, and the pipe warmer is helping. So you can kind of see, maybe. This is a chicken nipple. So this metal thing gets pressed in. This PVC pipe is connected to a hose, which is connected to that drum. You can see the black light on. The chickens look funny in black light. They have an automatic feeder that I rigged up. So you put feed in there, and it like slowly goes down over time. It takes them like a week to do this, like a foot. So right now they've got plenty of food there, and sometimes you have to kind of shift it forward a little bit, but not much. You can see the chickens are pretty happy with that. Pecking away, even though it's frozen. Okay, excuse me, ladies. So I built this with a friend, Carmen. She came to visit. Again, more building materials over here, things I'll use later. Bricks and cinder blocks and a lot of spare wood, tarps and things. You can see the tool shed. This is the first thing that I really moved into. T-O-L for tools. It's not my fridge. Here we go. So, got a lot of stuff in here. Everything's sorted. It's not the cleanest it's been, but certainly sufficient. Electrical stuff is over here, plumbing stuff, painting stuff, hard tools, hammers and things. Power tools, table saw, chainsaw. You get the idea. Safety stuff. So, almost done with the outside. Looking forward to get inside because it's almost freezing, pretty cold. Over here, this is another. This one actually, this is south. It's hard to see. Hard to see what's going on. So this part of my yard is south. So that means that if you're looking at the house, this is kind of give you an idea of the house. Hope you don't get sick. South comes in through here. So this one, this rain barrel heats up a lot faster, and the water is usually pretty good even when it's freezing. So you can still use that. Which also means that when I'm building this thing, it's going to be passive solar because the south sun is going to be hitting it here. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. These are some Swiss chard and a cover crop of clover. You can see there's plenty of clover out here, but I just tossed clover seed. That'll help block weeds. This is arugula. This stuff might not survive. Some of it will. Mint will survive. It survives everything. Garlic, chives, and more chives over there. I used to have catnip, but then I kept attracting cats, and the cats ate one of my chickens, so I said, get that catnip out of here, and threw it out. So as you can see, it's definitely been freezing. It's very cold. I don't know if the water's going to work. Oh, a little bit of water. This is a grape trellis along the side of the house. I don't know if you probably can't see at that distance, but there are these little metal wires, basically, that pull. Still clearing out garbage, obviously. There's old wood from the house, probably with lead paint on it. Not so good. And an old dog house from the old place. The toilet, which is, I've flushed out, but it's still gross. This large tree stump, which I'm going to use in some building later. This is, I don't know if you can get a sense of scale here, but this is a 2x4. So it's pretty thick. That tree was right here, like really big, shading the yard. So cut down that tree. Plus it was hanging over. It was going to fall on somebody at some point. But I'm looking forward to probably like just rough cutting it with a chainsaw into some sort of square-ish shape and putting it in the cob house I'm building. The first electrical I did was down in the crawl space, which will go down in a bit, but needed to do the other electrical, so obviously I wanted to get some lights down there. That was fun. That was over the summer. There's the old bathtub. That was such a nasty mess. Taking that out. It's a really heavy cast iron tub. I'll show you the bathroom in a bit. It's changed. Okay. Inside. So this little mudroom area didn't exist before. I don't even know if you can get a sense of it. It's hard to see with my camera here, but you've got a wall and some. I mean, I've moved these out because I'm doing some finished electrical work back there, but you know, the washer and dryer are working, and it goes into the kitchen. And this wall wasn't there. This is a wall to my room. I wonder if this would work better. Maybe. I'll try this for a bit. So we're gonna go into my room now. This is my room. So there's a little workstation. Just put the lights in, fan lights in recently. You get the idea. I kept hearing these noises at night. So I cut a hole in the ceiling, popped my head up. I think there were animals. There used to be tons of animals in the house, but I cleared out most of them. Hopefully all of them at this point. You can see that the addition, you know, that's the original roof. I don't know if you can see with the lighting. I should probably get a light. There we go. You can see that's the original roof there, and they just left it and added right on top of it, finished it out. But anyway, we've been doing a little bit of electrical up there still, so there's still more to do. Take my shoes off. So kitchen. I mean, this room we just walked through. The kitchen, totally rebuilt. So I'll try to clip in some photos to this video, so you get a sense of what was really going on. Still in progress. The permit guys don't want me to close up any walls that involve electrical or the ductwork. So there's my pantry. The original HVAC guys, before they were fired, made so many mistakes. One of the things they did was they put right here. So I'm standing in the doorway right now. They put the ductwork right here. So like the ductwork, instead of using this, it's almost 6 feet back that direction. Instead of using the back of the pantry, they use the front of the pantry. So you have to like push your way past the ductwork to get to the food. So I was like, guys, what are you doing? You know. But I think what was really going on is that they didn't want to work, and they were setting up themselves to continue to do work. You know. So they got fired pretty soon after. They were just out here smoking and taking rest breaks, tons of rest breaks. So anyways, you know, obviously walls are still open, still doing, you know, electrical, but looking forward to it, to finishing up. Looking forward to finishing these walls particularly. So now we're going into the hallway. It's kind of a cute little funny shaped hallway here. Oh, this is a funny thing. This is where the heating element was. There was a single, no ductwork. There was just a heating element. It was right here. When cousin Caden was down here doing plumbing, he and I dragged this out, and since then I've made it like a little trap door to the bottom to the crawl space. Hard to do with one hand. There we go. So there's a little light here. So this is how I usually get in and out of the crawl space. One of the first things we did was put some lights down there, and there's a little hot water heater timer, which is very economical. The fact that my crawl space isn't currently insulated is not so economical, but that'll be in January. Still need to do a lot of cleaning up and probably dig out the crawl space also. It's just really low. But you get the idea. It's how I do a lot of the work down there. I think I'm probably going to eventually either close that up fully. I kind of like having a trapdoor there, so I might put a little like shag rug over it or something, so you can't really hear it or feel it when you walk over it, but if I want to get down there, I think it's kind of fun. It's not quite legal, I don't think, but whatever. So another bedroom. This was part of the family room. This wall wasn't here. This wall backed out into what is now my bedroom. It was just sort of a full walkthrough, no wall there. It was the dining room. Still, just mostly storage right now. Another wall hasn't been cleared out. My electrical on this wall. This is probably the messiest wall for electrical, because I redid the bathroom a few times, and then I had this pipe to deal with. I was trying to, get around it and get through it. It's just hard to do. So I may have to clean this whole wall up because I don't want this to represent what the electrical looks like in the house, because it doesn't. I'm still doing. Right now, I'm doing the circuits for the integrated, like tied-in fire alarms. So this is the first one I put in just a couple days ago. So they're all off of this room's circuit, because this room has a very low load on its lighting circuit. So I just pulled this out right now and it goes up. And I got to feed some more wire, some 14.3 is what you use, so that they can signal each other. Anyway, we're on. So this wasn't here before. This is I've been drywalling over the ductwork. So this is like a big duct return on the first floor in here, a big aluminum thing, and we just drywalled over it. So into the bathroom. Ooh, that's bright. So I haven't painted anything yet. I'm looking forward to when I'm finished with everything in the spring painting. But there's a new low flush toilet. One-piece shower, which I think Tom and I put in mostly. That was fun, or at least dragged in place. Mom's. This is the thing you sent down. The sink thing works perfectly in here. It's really tight, as you can see. I may have to, shortchange or notch out the trim for the door just because it's so close, but it'll work out. And then you can't really see them. Let me turn a different light on. There we go. So there's a little vanity thing, and I have a second light in here with a fan. Let me switch lights again. So it's got a little fan action. We'll see how much that gets used. And then just put some, some bars up and a little thing for linens. Not a long-term situation, but it works. Oh, I'm really excited. I really enjoyed this shower head. This is my favorite shower head. So it's fun to have a house I could install my favorite shower head on. It's relatively low flow, but it has like a really wide reach. So it sort of feels like you're in a rainstorm or something. It's nice. All right. I have a friend staying with me or he's almost done staying with me. He's been staying with me for a month or two. This is the first bedroom. This one actually has a closet like the other bedrooms do, except mine. This is the first room we did. Just about finished it out. So anyway, he's got some little things set up in here, and you get the idea. It's almost a finished bedroom. He trimmed out these windows last week. He's living here in exchange for work on the house. So he trimmed out these windows last week. Mostly. Still has this little piece to put in right here. You get the idea. But it's on its way. Okay, we're leaving the first bedroom now. Okay, again, nice. I like these ceilings. We cut out a lot of this. So these were like framed doorways before. This framed doorway into the kitchen, but opened it up. Basically took the wall out there. And this wall also we took out. This one here used to be an extended wall here, but the kitchen was small, and it feels like makes it feel a lot bigger. I'm gonna leave this window. This is an old window from the original house. Before they put the addition on, there was this old window, but the paint is probably all leady in here, and I think I'm just gonna take the trim out, maybe even take the whole window out, and just leave it as a box, like an open box. It really helps with the light in here because there's only one window, and because I haven't installed a light yet. That's my light bulb. It works fine, but it's It's very makeshift. So onto the front room. So this room has had in some ways the least amount done to it. Haven't redone the floors yet. Made some phone calls about it. Just recently put in an outlet here because I knew I would need to. It's pretty useless place for an outlet unless you're vacuuming. But there's a rule. It's got to be, you have to have an outlet every 6 feet from an opening or the opening of a door. So this door swings this way. So right here you have to have something within 6 feet of that, and then every 12 feet after that. So actually, this one will be fine, but then I'll need somewhere in here. Well, that's my fireplace, can't be there, so I have to have another one here, and another one here, and there's already one here. Kind of dumb, but that's it. So while the house has been in disrepair, I brought my compost inside. So this is my compost system. There are some special earthworms in here that eat your old food compost waste, and this is just to make sure it doesn't drip. So what happens is they eat the stuff on the top, and then it gets finer and finer until it's like gorgeous black soil down here, and sometimes you get a little bit of wastewater runoff, which is called compost tea or earthworm juice, and it's great for fertilizer. And there's a little screened cover on this so you don't get flies. But I won't do this long term, but it's just because the earthworms would freeze otherwise, and I wanted them to continue their work. So today actually I'm having a get together with some old friends, so we're going to move all this construction material stuff, all the drywall and things upstairs, which actually has to be drywalled and insulated, so that's where that belongs anyway. So we'll go upstairs. Haven't redone this closet yet, which I'm going to do. I don't know if I'll install a light in it, but this is the old closet. Okay, head upstairs. I really like these curvy stairs, especially now that I've opened this wall up next to them. So we're going upstairs now. No lights upstairs, well, that work yet. Which means I should probably bring the flashlight. Well, I don't know. No, you can't see anything. I'll get the flashlight. Back down the stairs. So I've pretty much consistently had some form of workstation here. Most of my tools are out in the shed, but obviously it'd be a hassle if I were constantly moving out to the shed to get every screwdriver. So, you can see there's I think I mentioned this, but maybe not. There's all new. Everything's new in the kitchen, so these are all new appliances and things. They work great. Looking forward to getting some shelves or some cabinets up at some point. Okay, upstairs, here we go. So I'm going to try to leave this open. This is I think it's a cool storage space. It's actually pretty big. I mean, you can't quite get a sense of it, but I don't know if you can get a sense of that. But so I think I'm just going to close up these walls next to the ductwork, and then in front of the vent pipe and ductwork, and then I'll have a pretty deep storage space. I don't know what to do with it. It would be a little weird, but I think it could be cool. And same thing over here. Basically closing up just that last 2-foot header there, and then that's the vent pipe for the sink, and close things up right there. So it's nice to have this open because I can do some electrical. So that's the outlet that I'll have up there. Starting to do the electrical for the stairs. I think I'm going to do 2 side wall sconces there. Okay, up we go. This past week I started clearing off the drywall in here. You can kind of see that, maybe. There we go. Yeah, sure. Because I need to insulate. Nothing's insulated. It's very cold right now. These are 2x6s, but 5.5 or whatever. And this area right here, this is my roof right here, and this is 1.5 inches. So I don't know what I'm going to do for insulation here. Maybe a spray or something, but it's going to be a little tricky. I want to insulate it well, but I think what I'm probably going to do is nail on like 1x or something, just to give myself a little bit of extra room here, you know. So here's my, maybe you can see better this way, probably. Yeah, there we go. You can see better this way. This is obviously new wiring, so, you know, just to extend it down so I can get a little bit more insulation in there. And then today at the party, this is a party with friends of mine who build. I think we're going to raise the ceiling a little bit. So the ceiling is less than 7 feet, which means you can't technically live up here. It has to only be storage space. And that's what this house is supposed to be anyway. It's a 1.5, you know, story house. But I want to be able to live up here if I wanted to, so I'm going to basically replace each one of these with a new one here. Each one of these cross bracings for the roof. Anyway, you can see no wall insulation here. That's the way to do it. Really bad idea. This is mostly all the building material that I haven't used yet. Thanks, Mom, for sending all this stuff down. Some things I bought as well. I need to find a place for these things now as I'm clearing out the drywall in here. But it's kind of a cool upstairs. It's like a neat little attic space. Looking forward to getting it insulated. I at least convinced the HVAC guys to to condition the air up here. The permitters didn't want me to do it, but I was like, guys, it's gonna be hot as hell up there. And then, I mean, in the summer it gets really hot up here. You can see this is the old wiring I've been removing. Stuff is gross. Very gross. It sort of degrades into this tarry mess. Alright, so that's pretty much the house. I'll head downstairs. Again, the ductwork down in the corner. There's a lot still to do, really. I think I'm probably going to give the insulation work over to some contractors, just because it's skilled work, and I don't know if I want to deal with it. Like there's no light in the pantry, so I think, you know, after Christmas or something, that'll be my next thing to do. So a little light switch there, and maybe a rope light on the inside or something. Because these are pretty deep shelves, and an overhead light won't really get in deep. So maybe a rope light or something. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it. That's the house. I don't know if we'll do maybe one more tour of the rooms. I'll try to include a layout so you know what's going on, where we are. These are new windows that were put in by Joe and Woody and Uncle Ed while he was down here. That first window was not a new window. Some of these windows are actually not windows, they're just like plexiglass. Excellent at insulation. Very, very, I'm kidding, they're horrible, obviously. So like I have 1 or 2 windows that I still really want to replace in the house. Like this is not a window over here. Oh Mom, here's that funny wind chime you sent down. Funny. But anyway, this is not a window. It's like bounces a little bit. Yeah, so that, I mean, the house has been cleaner at times, but I'm sort of mid-work. I'll clean a little bit up for the party. But again, these are folks who are used to building and interested in building, and we'll probably run a couple of electrical circuits, talk a little about the plumbing. We're just kind of introducing them to what I've been going through. So, anywho, now I'm just wandering around. Not really too much going on at this point. So yeah, so January will be a big month. Maybe I can spin this around. I don't know how this is going to work. Let me see. Maybe? Are you kidding me? I don't know. So January will be a pretty big month. That'll be probably the first rough-in inspections for electrical and plumbing. I have no idea what they're going to make me do because I got this permit late and did a lot of the work first rather than the way you're supposed to do it, obviously, which is rough in correctly. I didn't. I finished things out, so who knows what they'll make me do. I'm taking my shoes off in a better place here. And the weatherizing. So Chapel Hill, the town I'm in, has a program where they'll help you pay a little bit for weatherizing your house, insulating it. So insulation will be a January project. And then finishing as much as I can. You know, there's just a lot of work to do in the house. I still have, obviously, I mean, I haven't even finished digging the platform for the workshop I want to build in the back. And I'd like to finish that in the next 6 to 8 months. So there's that too. And there's just plenty of work to do in the house. But I have high hopes. I hope that around my birthday next year, you know, June ish, June the 18th, I hope that the house is done. That would be really cool. And that'll be, you know, I'll be 30 and I'll have renovated the entire house. Oh, you know, I forgot to show you, but it reminds me, the one thing I really didn't contribute to at all, most things I helped with some, you know, whether it was drywall or did most of the plumbing and the electrical, did all the electrical, is that this area of the kitchen, I'm going to spin it around again, this area of the kitchen here had sunk almost maybe 6 inches. So the sill plate rotted away, the joists, 10 joists, a long span across this wall, all the way back into here and then into the next room, had rotted away as well. So they dropped, and those were 2x8s, and some of them were now like 4 inches. You know, there was like nothing left of them. They like half rotted away because they had an old water heater right here, and they had a pipe that went out, pressure exhaust basically, so a little like hot steamy air went out and down and on the wood sill. Couldn't you guys have poked a hole through the house and put the hot air out there, hot watery air? Anyway, they rotted the house out. So Uncle Ed and the other guys scabbed some sisters onto the joists in here and raised the floor up with some jacks, and it went okay. Anyway, I'm spinning it back around. Anyway, so you get the idea. So I'm looking forward to working on it. I'm still working a little bit, but mostly concentrating on the house. If I can really get the house in shape where I can rent it and be living, you know, in it or in the little workshop I'm building in the back, that would be my ideal. And I think it's going to happen. So looking forward to it. I really appreciate all the family support. Mom, you've particularly been over and above. Appreciate the help. And yeah, that's it. That's it, I think. So I hope you enjoy this. I'm probably going to turn this into a DVD. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to incorporate those photos I've been trying to take in process, but I'll try to break this up if I can and put in some videos, or maybe just do like a slideshow at the end that I talk over, or it's like, okay, and then there's this, and oh, this is the old kitchen, and so you get a sense of where this came from. And that's it. So again, this has been great. This has been great. It's been really meaningful. I like using my hands. It's been great to be able to contribute to building a space. Still going to school. Just finished my finals like a day or two ago. And hopefully I'll hear back positively from the program I'm interested in getting into for physical therapy, like a doctor of physical therapy. And I hope that all stuff goes well. And if not, there's plenty to do. I'll keep working. I'll keep making myself a better candidate for school, and at some point it'll work out. Should be pretty good. So I'm going to sign off here. I guess maybe I'll walk back outside, check on the chickens one last time, because Mom, I know you love looking at those chickens. They're probably working on that frozen bok choy still. All right, spinning us back around here. Okay, there are the chickens. Still got that big head of bok choy. She's that cute brown one, that one right there, is in charge. She pecked all the tail feathers out of this one. This one is actually smarter, which isn't saying much because they're chickens, not at all, but she's close. This one up here has no tail feathers. Is closer to like recognizing stimulus response faster. So look at it, pecking each other. So goofy. So like if I come with food, that one knows, oh, he comes with food. And the other one's like, oh my god, what is that? Who is this thing? Run away. So that one that got the tail feathers pecked out is always getting the best food because she comes over first. It's kind of a funny situation. So anyway, this is the backyard. Oh, I forgot to say, these are cool. These are Egyptian walking onions. Supposedly they're gonna grow. They make bulbs on both ends, so they grow, and then they make a bulb and then they flop over. So they're like slinky away. Kind of weird. And then the requisite rosemary. Anyway, you get the idea. I'll try to continue to document as I'm going. I just got this relatively inexpensive video camera as a Christmas gift from myself that I'll probably attribute to somebody. So someone that gave me money, this is what I've spent it on. And I thought it might be a cool thing anyway to be able to send a video out to family. So that's what I'm doing. So we'll walk around, take a look at the front one more time. This is where I usually keep the composting friends of mine. Some grubs, composting that, and then the worms usually compost here. But the worms are kind of expensive, or hard to find sometimes. So so they're in the house now, like I said. Me and the worms hanging out. Oh, this is the I mentioned I dug out. Actually, I had to redo this myself, but I did all the plumbing outlines with a lot of the outlines I did myself, and then some of the outlines Caden did. But this one I actually paid a guy, a company, to do the main run, because the folks who were living here before, I mean, it's like, you know, if you wanna poop and then you wanna have it go downhill. So, and there's the toilet came, and you know, you had the little U and it went down, and then it went uphill. So I knew in this little angle here there was old stuff. I'll just say old stuff. So I hired some guys to replace that main line from the toilet to the clean out at the city street. So anyway, that's it. That's the house. I do. You want to see it? All right, come on back. This is one of my neighbors. All right, I'm gonna see you later.